I am so excited to introduce our next guest. They are a R&B star on the rise, a singer, songwriter, and they are going on tour with her. I mean, that's just amazing. So give it up for Mars.
Thank you, man. What's up?
I love it.
Mars?
I'm great, man. I'm great. I can't even be complaining, man. For real.
Amen. Amen.
Awesome. Where are you right now?
I'm at my mom's crib right now. I'm at home.
Me too.
Mars, are you in the same situation as Ashley being kidnapped by her mom and like held hostage at home?
Indeed. Yeah, she is getting as much as me as she can right now before I go on tour. So she's like, let me soak my baby up and let me spend time. So she got me over here just spending time with her till it's time for me to go. Feel me?
Oh,
I love
so
that.
sweet. Well, I can relate. My mom has kidnapped me as well, so I'm in Texas right now.
On the same page, you know.
At least y'all getting to eat good food, I bet. I bet the food's
yes,
great.
every day. Literally. I ain't even gonna complain. I've been smashing.
I know that's right.
I love it. I know my parents are trying to fatten me up.
Man,
Awesome.
Where is home for you
Right.
or for your mom?
it's in Louisville, Kentucky.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Yep, you know it.
I don't think I've ever been to Kentucky.
I think I passed through Kentucky.
A lot of people pass there when they be going on flights and stuff, but it's pretty lit here.
Mhm.
Louisville's real. It's lit. On God, to me, it's lit. On God.
But we're gonna have to come there honestly, and once you finish your tour and everything, you got to show us around Kentucky.
Yeah. For sure, I would love to. It'd be hard. I got a couple places. I like eating, so if y'all want to go eat, go eat.
Look at us. You know we like to eat. We love to eat.
Speaking our language, all we talk about is food.
Real, what you said? On God, I'm ready to rub. Okay.
Yeah, I love to eat. I think your energy already you're so cool. You're such a cool human being. Like I can feel like, the energy radiating. So again, we're so excited to have you here. So kind of to jump into it, like tell us how you got started and how you grew up and know you wanted to be a performer and come to the identity of Mars.
Well, I really grew up in the church, so it really wasn't even like, I don't know. I feel like I've always just been around music my whole life. So just really being in that atmosphere all the time, I was just one of those things where it was in my face constantly. So there was no running from it. You know what I'm saying? And I just genuinely love the way that music makes me feel, and just being brought up in the church, also gospel, you know what I'm saying? And just understanding my relationship with God, or, you know what I'm saying? Just understanding even religion and stuff, and really understanding who I am. I was just like, I'm at to dive in and see what artists I like, what artists I don't, what artists, you know what I'm saying? Like just really getting to know myself and who I am. And that's where I went into like really going into writing and stuff, and really, really understanding. Like I used to listen to music and just be like, oh, okay, this is a dope song. But now it's really like, oh, I can relate to this. And I'm really connecting with certain songs and stuff, and really just opening myself up to different stuff. So it's been in front of me my whole life, for real.
Wow.
Awesome. Yeah, I can definitely relate to that. My dad is a pastor. I grew up in church. I'm also a singer, so I know that whole journey. And I like to sing secular music. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely relate to that. So how did you transition from like growing in the church to singing R&B?
I ain't gonna lie, it's really my mom. She been super open-minded about it. Like, I ain't gonna lie, at first she was like skeptical. She was like, I want a gospel album. Like, let me, I was telling her, like, let me express who I am first, and so that I can be able to, when I'm in that certain area of growth or whatever, I can be able to deliver in that. But right now it's like she's being super supportive and understanding. Like I'm learning who I am. I'm becoming into a young lady, and I'm just understanding myself. And so she's like, if this is what you want to talk about, this is what you want to be about. She's like, if you're going to do it, go hard. You know what I'm saying? Don't give it nothing half, and just go straight into it. And ever since then, it was kind of like, all right, I'm going to just do my own thing. Like I've always been doing my own thing, but this time, I'm going to put myself first, and whatever my feelings is, I'm going to write it down and put it out. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
Yeah, it's very therapeutic.
Yeah.
It is. No, I was gonna say, growing up in the church, It is very difficult. You know, I grew up Baptist. I didn't miss a Sunday in church, sometimes a Wednesday. If they could put me in now on Tuesday and Thursday. I spent a lot of time in the church, okay, to the point where I think that as an adult, and I don't know if you felt this, I kind of resented a church almost, only because I felt like I was forced to go so much when I was younger. But growing up in the church queer was very difficult, and I imagine that could have been difficult for you as well. So when it came to queer identities and everything, and you growing up in the church, how did that shape the artist of who you are today?
I ain't gonna lie, like I've always had the type of, I really don't care what people say or think about me for real, because at the end of the day, I'm waking up every day, and as long as I'm happy within myself, I feel like I shouldn't be worried about what other people think and say about me. My mom always taught me, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's okay to be different, be confident in who I am. And again, if I'm gonna put my mind towards it, you know what I'm saying? Like, go for it. And I'm not gonna be perfect. Life is what it is, but she's always like telling us, you know, she lets us make certain mistakes so that I can, you know, learn and grow and do certain things. But it's really so much as really not even caring what people say about me. It's always going to be, and it took me a minute to get to that place where it's like, I don't really care what people say, because I did get bullied when I was younger, but in my head, I kind of, you know, taught myself through it, like just personally uplifting myself, knowing that everything's going to be all right. Because every time I talk to myself, everything in front of me is going bad, but as I'm keeping a positive mind, I'm seeing everything unfolding, and I'm seeing everything coming to light. And it's always just light at the end of the tunnel. Faith in who I am, and not being afraid of who I am and who I'm becoming. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, that's great. Wow.
Yeah.
When you initially came out as queer and like a queer artist, especially within the church, how was that received? Not only by your mom or your family, but like the whole church. How was that for you?
I feel like it was a little bit all over the place. Like I wasn't even like the type to like really like, I wasn't open about it. You know what I'm saying? And then literally no lie, like y'all, I had box braids or something like that. And then like the next Sunday I came and like I did like a whole undercut, and I was like, I'm here. Who's gonna stop? Like, I came in Sunday and I walked in the door and everybody's just like, what the heck? And I'm just like, yeah, like today's the day. I'm just like, this is me. And they was like, all right. And like some people was like, other people was like, oh my God, like they've been waiting for this moment. And I'm like, okay, I'm just going with it. All right, whatever. Like, I'm like, hey, I'm happy. Other people may not agree with it. Other people may do. It is what it is. I'm happy. I don't care. So, and my mom and them, they're like, hey, they supported me either ways. Cause whose life is it? Mine. Like, I can, and it's my life. I got to do as I can with it, you know?
You know, MARZZ, something that I think is very interesting that you just said, and, you know, we talked about this on the previous podcast about people of color and our hairstyles and how we are judged so much from our hair and what it looks like. And it's so interesting. You're like, you came in one day with box braids, and the next day when you had to undercut, it was like, that completely changed your identity or people's perception of you. Do you think that that's still very prevalent, not just in the African American community, but also in queer community? You know, I know a lot of like girlfriends I have back home, when they change their hair, and like I have one, she has like a buzz cut now, and she went from long hair to a buzz cut, and that completely changed how people looked at her. Do you think that's still prevalent, or people have kind of started to wean off of that a bit?
I feel like it's a little bit of both, because a lot of the time I feel like now, like social media, kind of like everybody's really leaning towards, oh, it's cool to be different. You know what I'm saying? And back things now, it's like, back then it was kind of like, she's kind of doing a little too much. She doesn't really know what she wants. But now it's like, sure, and we positive, we know what we want, and we making a statement about it. It is what it is. And we literally, it's like, we have some people that mess with it, some people that don't, and we have the people that's in the middle, and majority in the middle. So it's like, fuck it, we ball. Like, come on.
Well, do what you want. Like, you're not gonna please everybody, so might as well just do what you want.
Right. Like, go. Either way, you're gonna have positive feedback, you're gonna have bad feedback, but majority of the time it's mostly good feedback. You have other people that's there supporting you and loving you as well. So I feel like that's what most people should go off of. Like,
I think people respond to confidence, you know, and it seems like you are very secure in who you are, which is amazing, you know. And do you think that is because of like the support with your family that you're able to be so secure in who you are?
I feel like it's a huge part of me, because it's a lot of people that don't, you know what I'm saying? Especially with my background, it's a lot of stuff, people that like would have, shunned me and not want to be a part of anything. And it's like, I'm super grateful to have people in my corner to be so understanding. You know what I'm saying? This world is beyond crazy right now. I'm just super grateful that I have people that's understanding right now with everything that's going on. And I was actually talking to my grandma, like she was like just talking, and like she's super happy of everything that's going on and just witnessing everything. And because at first my grandma was like, she's always been the type to be open-minded about stuff, but now she's really understanding who her granddaughter is. Like, I'm her first granddaughter, so me and her, we have such a close bond. But it's like, now that I'm older, she's really trying to understand me and who I am and what I'm about and what I stand for. So she's like, all right, I'm on board with whatever you want. And I'm like, all right, like, let's get it. Like, it's really dope.
Grandparents are the best. It's how me and my grandma are. Like, she'll call me and be like, what boy you talking to? And I'm like, nobody. Granted, nothing's changed. That is so special. And I think that we Marz, we realize how special that is, coming from people who have such a church background, especially coming from like the South or different parts of the world that, middle America, that they might understand that. So I think it's very, very important to highlight that there are people out there they love. And, recently in the first segment, we were talking about, the Don't Say Gay bill. We were talking about that and what's kind of going on in the world. And like, I don't know, like, what do you say to the youth out there who are not able to express their queerness or talk about who they are?
I ain't gonna lie, that's like a super hard question for me, because it's like I struggle with that. But the way that I cope with it is really more so as in, finding my people. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, try to put myself out there, you know what I'm saying? And just go for it and just really be open to understanding that you're not alone and there's other people just like you, just in different forms, different ways, you know what I'm saying? And don't think that you're alone, because you're honestly not. Like, it's 1 billion people in the world. You really think that there's not one person that doesn't like the same thing that you don't? Like, come on now. Like, it's too many opinions out here to be stuck in the zone. Like, it's okay to think different, be who you are, you know what I'm saying? Somebody out there is gonna relate to you and feel you, you know what I'm saying? So that's what
heard.
You mentioned earlier the possibility of people shunning you when you came out. Do you ever felt like God shunned you at all? And do you still have a relationship with the Christian faith or with God or a higher power or like a spiritual practice?
Listen, I definitely do. Like, I ain't gonna lie. Like, I feel like I'm kind of like, I'm not super spiritual, but I'm learning, you know what I'm saying? And I'm taking what I can and what I'm doing with my daily life and making sure that I'm living my life the best ability that I know how, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like I do have a relationship with God, but I don't necessarily like put a name on it. I believe that there's a higher power, but I don't think that there's a specific name or specific thing that it is. But it's like, I believe in manifesting. I believe in the universe working in our favor, and, going without faith, without works is dead, literally. Like, I believe in energy and all that, but I definitely say it's one of those things where I'm still just learning. Like, it's a lot to take in and a lot to dissect and research and understand. But what I do understand and what I do, like, I'm at a place where I'm at peace with myself. Like, I have understanding with everything that I'm dealing with in my life. I'm not worried to be living for nobody else but myself. You know what I'm saying? I'm putting in other people's shoes, but then also putting it in my own perspective, because I'm still growing as a young adult. So I just try to take it day by day. I'm gonna make mistakes every day and live it how it is and keep it pushing. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's perfect. This world is gonna get even crazier. So it is what it is.
Honestly, though.
It's literally like
second by second. Like, honestly, I'm tired of living in this time. I don't know how you feel, Marz, but I feel like we're living in a time where every day it's like, oh my God, we're the first in our lifetime to experience this. And I'm like, yeah, but like, I'm tired. Like,
right.
From a pandemic, now we're in the middle of a war and we're just like, just chilling.
Yeah, I'm trying to enjoy my 20s, dude. Like, I can't even travel the world right now because so much stuff is going on. And it's like, I really don't even know what to say about that, because it's just like, what can I do is or I guess what can I do while all this is going on, is really just being able to, use my platform to help other people stay out of that mind state and out of fear. I feel like people right now, the social media, everybody's feeding off fear. And it's like, we have to kind of like control that. You know what I'm saying? We have the power to be able to do that. Why not take control of that and like use the fear and turn it into something else? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, with that shit, it's like, chill. Like, we shouldn't even be worried about nothing but world peace right now. And that's really what I feel like.
It is. I mean, I feel like we need a for years they've talked about, Black people, we had the Green Book, making sure places that we could travel to that was safe. But then, recently I went to Mexico and it was just like, oh, am I safe here? And I was talking to people there and they were like, as long as you're in Zona Rosa, which for those who don't know, it's like typically the gay neighborhood. And they're like, outside of here, you could be gay bash. That could happen. Yeah. And it's just like, so like, now I got to make sure, let me get this right, that I'm vaccinated, I'm hiding my Blackness and hiding my gayness. So I'm having to play 3 roles at once, but still trying to exist and have fun. And it's like, you don't realize how many parts of the world are like that. Like, they're like, yo, you can come here, but if you step outside of this, you could either be bashed because you're Black, bashed because you're gay, or shunned because of, that you either got the vaccine in my case, or like that you didn't. Like, it's very, very, very scary right now. And a lot of people are on edge about it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree with that. It's too much. It's one of those things where I'm like, I'm being able to be used wherever I can, wherever I can be put at. That's like, I'm there, because I feel like I'm the type of person, I think logical, but also I think kind of in fear also, because I'm an overthinker. So when I think about all this stuff, it's just kind of like, I'm really like, what about the children that's being brought into this world? Like, I'm like, I'm so like, it's over my head at this point. Like, it's just like, I just want to be able to release music that, speaks to them and helps uplift them and empowers them in the future, and as far as mental health and stuff, because I feel like mental health is huge right now too in our generation. Like, it's a lot of stuff that our generation don't want to talk about and they scared to, and it's like, I hate that for us. You know what I'm saying? It sucks. It sucks. For sure.
Well, you mentioned earlier that you didn't know how to deal with this like in your 20s. Just say, just wait till you get to your 30s, okay? It ain't much better.
Still trying to figure it out.
No, things aren't gonna get better. I'm so sorry to tell you. Welcome to Pride the Podcast, where we let you know it's not gonna get better.
It doesn't get better.
It does not. Damn. It's still rough. It's still very rough.
Well, Marz, I want to talk about like music. So I know that Timbaland reached out to you. How was that experience with the legendary Timbaland? I love him so much, and I love the collaboration that you guys did. So how did that come about, and how did it feel when you were like, is this Timbaland reaching out to me?
Yeah, man, like, I ain't gonna lie, that blows my mind to this day. Like, I remember I was sitting inside of my room, and I usually like did freestyles and stuff. I go home after school, after track practice, I go home to my dad's house. I put on YouTube and I just start finding beats and stuff, and I just be writing and stuff to it or whatever. And this one day I had wrote a freestyle. I think it was like a Janae Echo beat.
Yes.
The word, something like that. And, I posted that or whatever. And I didn't really post on Instagram like that because I didn't really know how to work Instagram and stuff. But I had posted it one day, and all of a sudden I started getting notifications on my phone. And I'm like, yo, what's going on? I'm looking on Instagram, and then I see Timbaland DM me. So I'm like, hold up. Like, I started screaming at him. I was like, bro, like, I can't even see my eyes right now. So I start going on his Instagram. I'm investigating or whatever. I'm like, yo, okay, this looks like his page, but I look at the DM and he's like, yo, your pen game strong, you crazy, you gotta work ASAP. And I'm like, this cannot be him. Like, I'm like, nah, this is not him. I texted him back and I was like, yo, this is an honor, such a great person for me. I look up to you and stuff. And he's like, I'm gonna fly you out. And I was like, shit, I'm ready to work with him. Like,
Timbaland flew you out.
Yeah, you got flued out.
No, Timbaland beats are everything.
Yeah, like, they really are.
I don't know how he does it, but his beats.
Genius.
I mean, to me, that's when Empire went downhill. We were talking about Jussie Smollett earlier, but that's when Empire went downhill for me, because Timbaland came in with those beats.
Bruh, he's literally a freaking icon. Like, bruh, he worked with Elliot. Like, quit playing. Like, Aaliyah's whole catalog is amazing to me. You know what I'm saying?
Crazy.
Just the kind of like, he's such an icon.
Brandy's Aphrodisiac album, I cannot. Like,
bruh,
he be wilding out for no reason.
Bruh, listen, we was just talking about me and my sister Dave was just talking about her and Brandy's album. I was like, bruh, like, quit. They need to put some respect on Timbaland's name for real. Like,
absolutely.
He gets all the respect. All the respect.
For real, like, for real. Like, when we was in the studio, like, he was playing beats and stuff. Like, it was like four other producers in there, and we was all playing beats. And he was like, "You messing with that?" I was like, "Hell yeah!" Like, he was playing some crazy. I was like,
I would be freaking out. I was
out. I was just like, the energy in the room was just crazy. And you feel me? So I feel like, I don't know, it's kind of like weird how he did it. Like, he was playing the beat and I was like mumbling some stuff, and then he was like, "Yo, you rap?" And I was like, "No, like, don't put me on spot like that. Like, this ain't the time to be doing all that. Like, no, I don't know how to rap. Don't do that." He was like, "You should go see if you can lay that down." And I'm like, and this is what I'm talking about, is the song Cleopatra. And I was like, "I don't know if I can rap on it or whatever." He was like, "Just go try it." So, I was like, "All right, fuck it, I'm gonna go try it." And I went in there and I laid it down. I came back at the studio and everybody's like, "And you said you couldn't rap. Why are you talking all this big stuff?" Like, embarrassing. Like, it's embarrassing. But he kind of pushed that out of me, and I was just like, bro, this is a super like mind-blowing experience. You know what I'm saying? Like, he brought me out of my artistry. He brought me to a different zone. So I was just like, I could put my mind to anything. If I could rap and I don't even know how to rap, like, this is crazy. I was like, and I was hearing it back for the first time. I was like, bro, this is me. He was like, yeah. I was like, this is crazy, bro. I was like, this is insane.
He brings that, like, and so many artists has talked about how he brings that out of them. Like, he simply transcends someone's sound. Like, he will take them from one sound and then you're like, I know Timbaland better. Like all of his beats. We went to a Timbaland party here in New York like a few years ago. And I almost passed out, threw up, and pissed all over the floor. No, he played everything, and I was just like, I know Timbaland better stop.
He was like, oh no,
going in. It's so good.
It's so good.
He's an icon for sure. He's crazy.
Wow.
And it's like,
before we let you go, can you just let our listeners know, like, where did you come up with the name MARZZ?
I'm dead. Oh my god, this is so many funny stories, bro. I ain't gonna lie, y'all. In high school, my name was gonna be, me and Moo was talking about, all right, so one day he was talking to me, he was having a meeting or whatever. He was like, "So what's your stage name gonna be?" And I was like, dang, I was like, I didn't even know. I was like, so my Instagram name was Poppy Mars. I don't know why, okay? Like, I don't know. I don't know. I thought it was like different and crazy. It was Poppy Mars, and I spelled it PVPIIMARSSS. Like, it was insane. And he was like, yeah, we got to change that. I was like, yeah. I was like, now that I'm saying it out loud, this is not it. He was like, I was like, I like the name MARZZ. I was like, ooh, I like the name MARZZ too. And he was like, all right, so let's change the S's to Z's. And I was like, that's sick. So we came up with the name MARZZ, and I'm into astrology and stuff. So in my head, I was kind of putting it in there. Like, I was like, all right, so since I like, astrology, the planet Mars is red. And I feel like I kind of represented myself. I feel like I'm on fire. Like, I'm a girl on fire. Like Alicia Keys.
I love that song.
Are you an Aries?
I was like, what's your sign?
I gotta guess it, because on God, everybody always gets it wrong. And I'm like, I don't know why I give off those vibes. But
are you a Cancer?
No, but I love Cancer though.
Thank you. I'm a Cancer. I just wanted you to tell me you like
me. Are you a Scorpio?
No, but my little sister's a Scorpio, and I love Scorpio.
I was like, I'm a Scorpio.
I love Scorpios. Okay, let's see.
It's the sign is not necessarily who you present. That's more of your rising sign. So you're giving me rising sign of an Aries.
No, okay, I like Aries too, but I'm gonna say I'm a Sagittarius.
I knew it.
What your rising sign is? Your rising in your mood.
Yeah, I'm Sagittarius, Sun, an Aquarius, Moon, and a Virgo rising.
A Virgo rising.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, so you know how to get shit done. Okay.
Yeah, literally, like my Sag and my rising be like, I'm so indecisive. My Sag is like, hell yeah, and then the Virgos in me like, no, like, chill out. I'm like, I don't know, and then Aquarius moon is like, what you want? Balance? I don't know. It's just so much. My life is crazy. Like it's all over the place, literally.
I hear you.
I love that.
Yeah. It has to. Literally.
Okay, so before we go, Marz, I definitely want to ask about the Her tour. It's like you went from Timberland to Her, so it's just like you just keep topping it and keep going. Like, how did that come about? And like, tell us how exciting you are.
Grammy.
Yeah, because I want to be at that tour. Okay.
Period. I appreciate it. Ain't gonna lie. When I got the news that I was going on tour, I was asleep, and I was knocked out. And then like my phone kept buzzing off, and I was like, I'm like, yo, like this is a personal day. Like, what are we doing? I'm like,
I know that's right.
D&D.
Like I take days off social media and stuff, and it was like one of my detox days. But I'm like, all right, it must be an emergency. And I look on Instagram, and I'm like, Wu had texted me, and I'm like, I'm rereading. I'm like, huh? I'm like, are you serious? And he's like, he calls me. He's like, yo, you see the news? And I'm like, oh shit! I just started screaming. And I went to go. I got in the car, and I went to go drive all the way up the street. And I went to go tell my dad. I was like, Dad, I'm going on tour with her. And he was like, let's fucking go. Like I was talking last year. I was like, I want to go on tour. Like I was like, my dream tour would be her, Janae Echo, Erykah Badu, and I was like, bruh, this is literally blowing my mind. I had I started busting out crying. Like I was like, bruh, this is about to be insane. I said, I'm so freaking excited to be performing. Like, this is my first tour, first off. Like, I've never even been on tour before. So I know this experience is about to be insane, but I just love performing. So just being in front of so many people and they get to hear me sing and just hear my story, it's like, bruh, this is about to be a dream come true for sure. I'm like, yeah, like, let's get it. Let's go, baby. Let's
talk about manifestation.
Yes.
Yeah, like I've been manifesting like a mug, so I'm like,
we need some of that manifestation juice because like you also performed at the BET Soul Train Awards. Like you have really been killing it. Like I feel like all of your dreams are like really coming true, and like it's so amazing to see an artist who like, I mean, Timberland, Her, BET Soul Train Awards, and now this entire
I can't. You're blowing
and Pride Podcast, right?
Right, and Pride
this. And we topped it at the end. I love it.
Right.
Wait, Mark,
first time topping.
You have to promise, like when you like get super famous, like Beyonce level, that you'll always come back and have chats with her.
I definitely would love to. That would be y'all got that for me for sure. I'm gonna make sure I come back.
Oh,
yes.
We would love that. And definitely we can't wait to check you out on tour. We would love to come see you because I know it's gonna fucking be amazing. But listen, tell everyone where they can check you out and where they can go and see where the upcoming tour dates are.
For sure, y'all can hit me on Instagram at MARZZ_, and also on TikTok and Twitter and Snapchat at Mars. And the link for the tickets is in my bio on Instagram for the Her tour. Make sure y'all click that and y'all get y'all tickets so we can show out and have an amazing time, right?
Yes, absolutely. Marz, it's been an absolute pleasure. We love you. Congratulations on everything that you're doing. And come back to visit us soon. We can't wait to talk to you after the tour to get all the tour gossip of everything that happened on the tour because I'm sure it's going to be fun.
Oh, God. I'm
doing the Lord's work.
You know it. You know it.
Absolutely. Thank you, Marz, so much.
Thank you so much, Marz. The best of luck to you.
Break a leg.
Congratulations.